Tommie Draheim of the Green Bay Packers used to be with the Aztecs. He'll be back at the Q tomorrow for the Chargers-Packers game, is with us on the Western Exterminator Hotline. Tommie, it's great to have you on the show. How's life in the NFL?
It's great. Dreams coming true. So, I'm having a blast.
Good
Tommie,
for you.
take us through the process. The draft is over. You're waiting by your phone. I imagine you had plenty of teams show interest. What's the phone call like when they finally call you?
A lot of teams are calling me, throughout the day, uncertain about my status, where I was going to go, where I was going to be. So, teams were, calling all day and, talking with my agent and stuff as well. But, as soon as the draft was over and, I wasn't picked, had to sit down with my agent for a little bit and try to decide where the best place to go was.
And, I think it's very interesting as well, because you could look at a position like running back. You say, man, running back can be in and out as far as depth goes and injuries, where if you're an undrafted running back, you're going to get a chance to play probably. But also for an offensive lineman, if you make the team, you're going to get a chance to play because offensive linemen go down like flies. So, do you see that in your future for this year? You're getting a real opportunity to hit the field?
It's absolutely possible. Like you said, offensive linemen go down all the time. It's always a battle in the trenches. So guys go down, and guys have to step up. So if I get that opportunity, I'd be glad to take it.
Mm-hmm. Tommie Draheim had some great years with the Aztecs, now with the Green Bay Packers, facing the Chargers tomorrow at the Q. Tommie, this is pretty funny. You're back at the Q for your first preseason game. How different do you expect the atmosphere to be for an NFL game as opposed to an Aztec game?
Well, for starters, the stadium's going to be full.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that'll be fun to see, and be in that stadium, while it's full. So I'm just real excited. Coming back to my old stomping grounds. It's surreal. You don't really think stuff like that's going to happen, and then it's presented to you, and you're just happy to be there.
You talk about it'll be cool because the stadium will be full, but talk about those days at San Diego State when you would come up to a game or you kind of run out through the halls and you guys are hyped up, you're feeling amped up, your heart is beating, your adrenaline is rushing, and you look out into the stadium and it's not full. How does that mess with your mind getting ready for a game?
It's at San Diego State you kind of expected it. So it didn't really mess with your mind too much. What's going to mess with me is being on the opposite side of the cheers at that stadium.
That's right.
So, I'm used to hearing Aztecs, hoorah, all excited, but now it's Packers, boo. So that'll be different.
Get ready for it.
You have tons of friends and family coming out tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's coming out.
Tommie Draheim, the former Aztec, now with the Packers, joining us on the Josh and Sherrod Show. Tommie, I look around the NFL. From your team, Ronnie Hillman is a Bronco, Ryan Lindley is a Cardinal, Jerome Long is a Chief, Miles Burris is a Raider. When you look back on last year, and I know a bowl game in New Orleans, but do you look back and say, damn, we had some talent?
Oh, absolutely. We had a great year. Class of '07, that was what we set out to do when we first got to state, make a name for ourselves and leave a legacy. And, I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Now, of course, when you lose that much talent, there is some concern. All right, how are the Aztecs going to be? I know you're focused on life in the NFL with the Packers, but if you could give us a preview, what kind of shape do you think the Aztecs are going to be in?
We're going to be just fine. With the coaching staff that, Coach Long's put together, I'm not worried. We're going to go out there and compete. We're going to win. We're going to fight. So I have no concerns over it. I look forward to seeing them on Saturdays.
And Tommie, when a rookie shows into the NFL, you can obviously see the speed is different, the strength is different, but they have you playing offensive guard and tackle, and I imagine it's very different. The tackle with the speed, dealing with the speed of outside pass rushers, and an offensive guard maybe dealing with the real strength and size of defensive tackles. Which one has been more of the tough assignment for you, offensive guard or tackle?
I haven't played much tackle. I've been more of the inside three. Mm-hmm. But, the speed on the outside is incredible. All across the line, guys are great with their technique. That's why they're here. So you got to fight with good technique yourself and make sure you're on top of your footwork and just making sure that, you fight to win every rep.
You go up against B.J. Raji yet? It's a big man.
I've gone against him a couple times.
What was that like?
It's something that you don't think about. You try not to think about it as B.J. Raji. It's, hey, I got to go up there. I got a job to do, and if he's in the way, you try not to block it out. Mm. So, I'm just competing every day, regardless of who they line up in front of me.
Tommie, that's interesting. When you say there are things you have to block out, things you try not to think about, when you are in a huddle with Aaron Rodgers, do you allow yourself to say, "This is Aaron freaking Rodgers," or do you just have to say, "I'm a pro"?
you say I'm a pro. These are coworkers. These aren't guys that you're supposed to idolize anymore. These are your teammates. You got to go to work with them. You got to win with them. So, that's how I try to see it.
So there was no awe factor. I mean, this is the Green Bay Packers. This is a storied franchise. This is Lambeau. This is Lombardi. No awe factor when you join this team?
Obviously there is. I mean, you come in here for rookie camp, and it's all only rookies, and then a couple vets show up, and you kind of get that out of the way during those those first few days, just being here. But here and now, I don't have that off factor anymore.
What about the fans, Tommie? We always hear about the Green Bay Packer fans being some of the best. They own stake in the team, all this different type of stuff, the way the training camp goes with kids riding the players along on their bikes. Talk about the fans and how they kind of embrace the players as you watch it over the past couple weeks.
It's amazing. Some of the most loyal, dedicated fans I've ever seen. Nothing close to what we got in San Diego.
Wait, what do you mean about that? What's going on?
We got great fans. We got great fans. But
hold on.
These Packer fans are on a whole different level.
Yeah, that's what I
love it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what Kabir said, another former Aztec. Kabir Bajabiamila, who had some great years with the Packers. He is Tommie Draheim, had some great years with the Aztecs. Back at the Q tomorrow with the Packers as they battle the Bolts. Tommie, we wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully you have a big night tomorrow. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.